Hey everybody, GP here. And one of the things that comes up a lot that has to do with emotional healing and spirituality, because not only do I do energy healing using the emotional freedom technique, Meridian tapping, I also do non-dual self-inquiry. And there used to be two different worlds. It was hard for me to put them together, but the more I worked with people in both sides of the equation, the more I saw that there was this incredible continuum between the two. I met so many people who had, let's just say, they acquired a knowledge of non-duality that was incomplete, sometimes just downright wrong, really being mistaught. And as a result, the use of spirituality is for any kind of spiritual practice and it's especially acute in the non-dual self-inquiry, is that it tends to have the effect, if it's not properly taught with the right mix of both the wisdom and the heart, it becomes yet another way in which we basically suppress our feelings, ignore our bodies, and try to somehow use it to transcend and go beyond our emotional, personal, relationship difficulties. And it's illegitimate. You don't solve your human difficulties by trying to explain them away with some kind of metaphysical point of view. It doesn't work. So there were a lot of people that I had who came who had a lot of non-dual understanding, right? And their lives were a mess, which is pretty much why they came to me. And I took them back on the other side of what in fact is like a bridge. There is a bridge. And probably should have mentioned that right at the beginning rather than getting into it. But there's a bridge between the two. So I had to take people who are over here, doing non-dual self-inquiry. Nothing exists. It's all an illusion. And it's true. It's actually true. But it cannot merely be grasped intellectually, because if it is, oh my goodness, the mess that it will make. Just the mess that it will make. So people like that I would bring to the other side of the bridge to just do some emotional healing, to open up the human mechanism, the human nervous system, so that there's a sense of, you're no longer suppressing. There's a sense of your own worth, a sense of the value of you, and most importantly, for those who have kind of walked off into that world, the essential nature of human experience and the human being. That the human being isn't just this creature that has to somehow get over it's an illusion. The reality of being a human being is that it is the very manifestation of life, of truth, of love, of God. They're not two. And so the act of processing or releasing, freeing yourself from childhood wounds and patterns and traumas and all of that is actually part of the sadhana. It's part of the practice. It's part of the path that we have to walk. On the other side of the equation were many who were engaged in emotional healing and to come to me for EFT and the like. But many of them had, a lot of stuff got cleared away using tapping, but their lives were still kind of stuck in a loop. Because as wonderful and as potent as Meridian tapping is, which is why I teach it and practice it, it can only go so far. All of our techniques of healing can only go so far because they're bound by the sense of identity, the sense of self that is based on conditioning. And so at best, it becomes a means of of making a better version of yourself. Now, there's no problem with that, obviously. I'd much rather, I know somebody going from being dysfunctional to functional is like primo. I mean, obviously, right? But there is a place beyond that. It really is to not just to become a better functioning human being, but to know who you are, to liberate inside of you all of the things, the sense of self, the creativity, the playfulness, the fun, the intimacy that got lost because of the childhood stuff that affected us so deeply, wounded us, and really disconnected us from our own soul. That process of reconnecting goes beyond just the personal characteristics of the individual human form, and goes all the way to the beyond the beyond. There's a transcendent sense of self that is beyond our mere human sense of self. But it doesn't eradicate it, it doesn't dismiss it, it actually enhances it, it amplifies it, it grows it, because what you experience as a human being is in fact the manifestation of the infinite nature of being itself, which is your true identity. So the two are one. So this path that I take people on moves across that bridge and begins to cross over from just healing the emotional wounds and traumas, which is absolutely essential. But that becomes less and less. What emerges in the middle is a deeper, bigger vision for your life, the potential of what you can be. And as you continue to go along, you find that gets bigger and bigger and bigger until there's no more need for emotional healing because you're healed. There's an end game to all this, personal development work. And then it becomes just the ongoing unfoldment, the ongoing realization, discovery of the magnitude and the inexhaustible nature of your being reflected in you as an individual. So in this open house that I'm going to be doing, it'll be covering the gamut. Right? There will be people there who they got some problems, and we need to alleviate suffering. That's, job one. That's what all of this is about, is alleviating suffering. But it'll be an open floor. You can just ask me to tap on whatever you like. I'll pick it up. There's usually some general themes that are on. I called it the energy kitchen this time, simply because it's just a nice homey feel about it, it's not like I'll be sitting up front pontificating. We're all sitting around the kitchen table, having tea or coffee or a beer, whatever it is you want to have, and just as friends, just hanging out together, helping each other come to a deeper sense of ourselves and to an emotional healing in our lives, so we can simply live a fulfilled, happy life. That's the point. So, hope you'll join me. It's, Saturday. When I'm making this, it's tomorrow. You may be seeing this on Saturday morning or Saturday evening. Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. UTC time. It'll go on for an hour or two, sometimes longer. I'll take as many people as I possibly can. So please join. Please join. It'll be a lot of fun. And I'm sure you're going to be benefited by it. So until then, I'll see you all on this Saturday. Namaste.